Hey, what's up you guys? Today is Thursday the 28th of October and it's kind of early in the morning, so I'm speaking a bit quieter. But I just thought I would start off this last vlog for Trick or Treat-a-thon. If you don't know what Trick or Treat-a-thon is, check the link in my bio. At this point though, it's too late because by the time you see this video, it will be over. Anyway, I have made the executive decision to go off my TBR because I'm just not interested in the books that are on it right now. And I decided to reread Eleanor Elephant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. This is a contemporary by a Scottish author about a woman who is very bored of her life. She is very socially awkward. She doesn't have any friends. She goes to work. She comes home for the weekends. She gets drunk, like excessively drunk, and then repeats it. And her life is really boring, and she's quite depressed about it. And then she makes a friend, and things maybe start to change. And he brings the best of her, and I just absolutely love this. It's one of my favourite books of last year, so I thought, I want to read more Scottish authors this year, and I would love to reread this. It is quite thick, however, I'm pretty sure I read it in like 2 days last year because the writing's like a decent size, but it's just so easy to get through because it is just a contemporary and it's really funny as well. I actually laughed out a lot reading this book, so I thought, I'm not really in a reading mood right now. My TBR is kind of just boring me, so I might as well read something that I know I'm going to like. So that's my plans. I will check back with you tonight. Hopefully I'll manage to read some in work today. Not completely sure, but fingers crossed. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and please subscribe. And yeah, I'll be back with more thoughts later.
Sorry. She needs to concentrate.
Hey, what's up guys? Today is the 30th of October, Saturday, and for all intents and purposes today is Halloween for me. I'm going out tonight with my friends, which will be really fun. And I've been working for the last 2 days, so I haven't actually had a chance to read as much as I would like. So I'm up to page 139 of Eleanor Oliphant. Obviously this is a reread, so I already know my thoughts. I still love it. I don't find it as like laugh out loud funny as I did the first time I read it, but I just love Eleanor's personality. I love how Gail Honeyman has just made her like so socially unaware, and the funny thing is that she thinks other people are socially unaware, so she'll think like his conversation skills are terrible, whereas in reality she's the one that's like saying weird things that you wouldn't normally say. And I don't know, I just really love it. And it's also interesting reading it and picking up on things because I know how it ends, and I don't want to spoil anything obviously, but knowing how it ends really changes some scenes within this book and how you view them. So that's really interesting as well and really fun. And I don't think I'll finish this before the end of October because I'm going out tonight obviously, but I'm really enjoying it and I'm glad I decided to reread it. It's been fun. So I also wanted to do a little book haul. It's nothing too exciting, but the main focus is Johnny Panic and the Bible of Dreams by Sylvia Plath. This is a new re-release of this, which is a collection of different short stories and stuff by her, I believe. Actually, you probably should check that. Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of short stories and like excerpts from notebooks and stuff like that. So that's really nice. And what I love is that it matches this edition of the Bell Jar, which I actually love. You know how I love matching editions, it's my favourite thing. And then I also bought Mary Ventura and the Ninth Kingdom by Sylvia Plath, which is another short story. And this is only like, how many pages is this? Like 40, this is 40 pages. So, just a little short book. And then to get free delivery, I had added on 3 more of these little penguin moderns. I was just trying to finish the ones I already owned, and then I ended up buying 3 more. But, William S. Burroughs wrote Junkie that I just read earlier this month, which I actually didn't love that much, but I thought I might as well have something else by him and try. That's only, 50-ish pages. All of these are always about like between 40 and 55 pages. It's just like a short story. Notes on Nationalism by George Orwell is a short story, I believe. I don't think it's non-fiction. Let's check. No, it's essays. Okay. Interesting. So there's some essays by George Orwell, which will definitely be interesting because he's very political in his books and everything. And then this one, I have no idea what it's about. Oh no, I do. So it's The Veiled Woman by Anais Nin, and she is a French author, and these are 3 short erotica stories, which I actually don't often read. I mean, don't ever read, but when I seen it and it was only £1, I was like, you know what, that sounds fun. Might as well give it a try. So that's my little haul. I'm very much in love with these. I don't know when I'll read it. It's quite thick actually. I still need to also read The Colossus, her like first poetry collection she ever released, like while she was alive, or her only one while she was alive. And it's the only one I've not read yet. I don't know why. I'm just like put it off because I just don't want it to be over. But yeah, that's my little haul. This is actually, oh, I love this. So the Sylvia Plath one is the same height as these ones, so it'll go nicely together, which I love. I'm very picky about like my book sizes. Like I like all books to be, you know, like this standard size. I hate see when some are like taller or shorter. Here is another leaf update. The tree is like almost bare now. I don't even know if that's the right word. All the leaves are gone, but I just thought it'd be nice because it's a nice sunset on the trees. R.I.P. Goodbye, Mr. Leaf. See you next year. I don't actually know if you can hear me over the music, but basically my costume is a male version of Emma Stone from Easy A, which is inspired by The Scarlet Letter, which was the book reference that I was mentioning like a few vlogs ago. So basically not a real costume, I just wanted to wear shorts and this top. Anyway. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Leah. Happy birthday to you. Hello, today is the 31st of October, so it's officially Halloween. Happy Halloween, although this will be after Halloween, obviously, by the time you see it. I feel so weird that today's actually Halloween, considering that was out last night, but last night was a Saturday, so obviously that makes more sense to go out. And it was also my friend's birthday, which obviously you would have saw in the clips. We went to 2 different clubs. We went to this first club, which is like a gay club, which I don't like. I've been to once before for like 5 minutes, I didn't like it. But my friend Ria, whose birthday was, her friend is like a drag queen, which I'm also not into, but he was doing a drag show, so she went to go support him. So we went to that first. And then we went to this club called Buff Club, and it was low-key just not good. Like, I mean, you'll obviously see the clips of that as well. That's the one for like the weird music, and the energy was just like not there. It was not doing anything for me. But anyway, I haven't read anything. I'm going to go meet my friends now for some food. And I actually didn't drink much last night because I've been getting too drunk recently, so last night I was like, you know what, I'm going to behave myself, and I only had a few. And it was okay. I mean, I probably would have enjoyed Buff Club more and the vibes if I drank more, but you know what, I had fun anyway. And yeah, I actually have not read anything. 0 reading updates. I read a lot bit more of Eleanor Oliphant last night, but like nothing notable. Just about to hop on and do the final live stream of Trick or Treat-a-thon with some of my friends, and it's quite bittersweet. It's always sad when things end, but oh my god, I'm so tired. I actually almost fell asleep. Like, my eyes were shut and I was like falling asleep, and then my brain went, wait, you need to go live in about 5 minutes. So I have 0 energy. That food earlier was so good, but oh my god, it was too much. My stomach could not handle it. I was so full. I actually thought I was pregnant with a little food baby. Like, oh, that's what knackered me. Like, I actually was fine and I ate too much food, and now I'm just like, no energy.
Our final live show for this year. Welcome. I'm Andrea, and this is my channel.
I am a 24-hour shift again tomorrow, so I don't think I'll be able to update yous, obviously. So my reading plans for the next few days is read more of Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. Preferably finish it, but also I think I might just like slowly read this because it is a reread, so it's like I know how it ends, you know what I mean? I'm just like reading it for fun, basically. And then I'm also starting The Vegetarian by Kang. I'm doing this as a buddy read with Shannon from 155 Books, and she actually started it today. And she mailed me and she's like, oh, by the way, just to let you know I've started. I was like, okay. So I'm going to start this tomorrow, probably, maybe tonight a little bit, I don't know, we'll see. And then I have a bunch of these little penguin mini moderns that I want to try and get through. I'm halfway through this one, which is The Garden of Forking Paths by Jorge Luis Borges, perhaps? I don't know. And honestly, it's okay. Actually, I also say his writing style and like the way he writes is really beautiful. Like, he's a really talented writer, but the short stories are doing nothing for me. Like, the stories themselves are like, they're given nothing. But like, his writing is class. It's just like the stories, I'm like, there's nothing to them. Anyway, so I don't really have any thoughts on that. But yeah, just a little check-in. And also, the last live show went really well. I loved it. It's so nice just like talk to everyone, you know, like obviously we talk every single day in our group chat, but I actually speak, not face to face, obviously, because it's on video, but you know, in real time. It's cool, it's fun, I enjoy it. So yeah, I hope everyone had a happy Halloween, and I'm just going to chill and read some books. I have just finished my reread of Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman, and I still love it. It's still 5 stars. I absolutely love like the balance of humour with the serious tone, because this book does delve really deeply into someone with a lot of trauma and a lot of mental health issues, but she is just so funny, and she is my favourite fictional character, I think, like of all time. I just love the way she thinks and the way she analyses the world and like sees things and says things. I don't know, I just love everything about her. And I also love the friendship between her and Raymond. It's one of my favourite fictional friendships like ever. I just think it's done so perfectly, and I love like the book. It is like so funny. Like, I do genuinely laugh out loud reading this, but then when it has to get serious, it does. And then it also just has a hopeful message at the end about trauma and grief and mental health and stuff, and it just balances so perfectly, like the seriousness and then also the humour side of things, and it has this like perfect balance of the both of them, and I just think it's so great, and I highly recommend it if you've not read it. I think it's amazing. I mean, obviously not everyone likes contemporary books, but if you are a contemporary book reader, I would definitely read it, and if you're not, I would still maybe give it a chance if it sounds interesting. Like, I just love how funny it is, but then, you know, like I just said, I don't want to repeat myself. It's just perfect, like the balance between the seriousness and the humour. I love it. And I'm so glad I reread it, because it really put me back in the reading mood. I also read the first 50 pages of The Vegetarian by Kang. This is a buddy read with Shannon from 155 Books. I think I said it in this vlog earlier, I can't remember. And I think it's okay so far. It's translated from Korean, so I don't know how much the translator, like, you know, changed things, because the actual writing itself isn't doing anything for me. Like, the prose isn't standing out, but the plot is interesting enough. I think what's most interesting about it is the contrast between the South Korean culture and our culture, just because her family is genuinely taking it so personally that she won't eat meat. Like, they're upset, they're distraught, like some of them are like resorting to violence, like trying to physically force her mouth open and force meat into her mouth, and they genuinely think that she's going to die and stuff. And I don't know, it's interesting, it's quite intense. I hate every single character apart from her, and also I thought it was being written from her perspective. It's actually written from her husband's perspective, which is interesting. I didn't expect that, and I hate him so much. Like, one of the prompts for Trick or Treat-a-thon was to read a book from the villain's perspective, and I honestly would put this book in there. Like, he obviously isn't a real villain, but just the way he's treating his wife is just horrible, and he's not a nice person. So yeah, also it should be called The Vegan, because she's actually on a vegan diet, but I guess vegetarian is more marketable, probably. But yeah, it's interesting so far. I'm going to read probably 50 pages a day. I haven't read, so I'll read another 50 pages in this vlog, and then I'm probably going to end this vlog later tonight because I'm working all day tomorrow, but yeah, it's okay so far. I read up to page 100 now of The Vegetarian, and I'm still really liking it. It changed perspective, and at first I thought we moved on to a completely different story, but it was actually just a time jump to the vegetarian woman's brother-in-law, and it's like a couple of weeks after the initial incident, and it's just very interesting how the author is a woman, and she's decided to write about a woman but from the perspective of different men in her life, and both the men, like this man as well, is like not very nice. He is very objectifying of her, and it's an interesting perspective to have. And I don't know, the book is so strange and hard to describe, but I am really enjoying it now. Like, the more I've read, I'm like really enjoying it, and I think it's got a lot to say, and I'm excited to see where it goes, because I genuinely have no idea where it's going to go. I hope that in the end we get the women's perspective, like at least for, you know, the last 20 pages or something. I think that would be interesting. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I think Shannon is as well, which is good. But that is the end of this vlog and the end of Trick or Treat-a-thon 2021. I hope if you participated, you had fun and you read lots of books. If you didn't, I still hope you read lots of books and all your books were great and you had a great reading month. I definitely did, and I will update my bingo board and my prompt. Oh my god, there's a fly. Yeah, I'll have these up here. I don't know what I've done. What I didn't, but they're up here, my final ones. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and please subscribe. And I will see you in my next video.